Mr. McEachin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary Mattis, I am a new congressman, and I have to tell you that I was surprised by the amount of engagements we have across the globe. I quickly became a disciple of a 355-ship Navy. You have spoken in your testimony today, or at least alluded to, that our future defense strategy might change or evolve. I don't want to put words into your mouth, sir. My initial question is this. I understand our national defense strategy to be being capable of fighting two major conflicts simultaneously, perhaps one with a state actor, perhaps one with a non-state actor. Do you envision, as I know your crystal ball may not be perfect, but do you envision that aspect of our national defense strategy changing over time?
Sir, if the enemy, our adversary, has 4 courses of action that I prepare for, I'm pretty confident number 5 will be the one he uses. What I'm saying is we have a fundamentally unpredictable phenomenon that this committee deals with, and that's called war. That is the auditor that we have to be prepared for. Ultimately, it audits our recruiting, our equipment, our research, our pay. It audits everything about the military. So how do we create a military that's got a shock absorber in it so that when surprise strikes, we are ready for it? I believe that we will have to be ready for more than one adversary at one time because we're up against thinking, cunning adversaries, and if they see us engaged with one in one arena and they have mischief in mind, they certainly will take advantage of our distraction. So in creating a military with a shock absorber in it, we have to be prepared to do more than one thing at a time.
I would also ask you, I know that maybe it was Mr. Whitman, maybe it was Mr. Courtney, but someone asked you about the $1 billion reduction in the shipbuilding account, and I have to confess to you that I either missed your answer or didn't understand your answer. Would you mind repeating your answer as to why that's justified at this time?
I would not justify reducing the shipbuilding account. Right now we are trying to prioritize readiness. In other words, we have ships that you have already bought, that we already have manned, that cannot go to sea. So in some cases, what we are doing is putting money into readiness while trying to save the shipbuilding account so we have tomorrow's readiness being constructed today. But this is a matter of prioritization, Congressman, as we deal with the reality of too many years of these ships not being maintained in a way that we get full use out of them. So, you know, what we can't do is cease to put in operations and maintenance money there because we're putting it all into building new ships. As much as I'd love to build new ships with it, it's a balancing act, sir.
So, Mr. Secretary, would you reject the characterization then that the funding for the Navy shipbuilding and conversion account relative to FY17 has been reduced?
No, sir. I just ask for your patience that we're digging our way out of a readiness hole. And in order to do that, we can't always build or put the money where we would want to if we didn't have to deal with this reality that comes from years of living under the Budget Control Act where we have been unable to maintain the ships. It is not the option that I would prefer.
Again, I apologize if this question has already been asked, but at what point in the future do you see us making strides towards that 355-ship Navy, positive strides, whether it's getting out of whatever holes you perceive us being in or just what?
I think even this year, with 9 ships in the budget, sir, at least it starts us in the right direction. But it's only a start, and I share your impatience or your concern about it. And in 2019 to 2023, obviously, we need the kind of growth that the Chairman Dunford was referring to, of 3 to 5% a year, in order to start enlarging the fleet. We need a larger fleet. We all I don't seem to get much argument on that from anybody, so I think it's a matter of allocating the resources.
Sadly, my time is used up, but I thank you, sir.